Hello there. It's an improving weather story for Europe. If we start off with a look at the pressure chart, you can see this trailing front stretching across the Pyrenees, through the Alps and up into the Baltic states. Now that's going to produce some heavy thundery downpours, but it will start to ease away. So as we move out of the latter stages of Tuesday into Wednesday, it pushes up into the Baltic states and then allows things to quieten down quite nicely. At the same time, we will see some wetter weather into the northwest. I'll come back to that in just a moment. So you can see through the bulk of Turkey, yes, and Greece, along with the Greek Isles, it's fine and settled. The same too for much of Italy and the south of France. A few isolated showers perhaps through the middle part of the day across Spain. But France recovers quite nicely. Some wet and windy weather into the far northwest of the UK and still a scattering of showers across Scandinavia with that frontal rain through the Baltic states. But as we move through Thursday, generally it's an improving picture quite widely across Europe. We'll see a good deal of dry weather in the offing, a few scattered showers close to the Alps and into northern Italy. So if we take a look at the city forecast, don't think you'll be too disappointed with this if you are heading away. As you can see, the next 5 days, dry and settled, temperatures recovering in London and Paris into the high 20s, low 30s. And for much of Eastern Europe, our major cities stay fine and settled over the next few days. Whatever you're doing, enjoy. A forecast for Australia and New Zealand coming up shortly. But first of all, let's start off with the satellite picture in Asia, which is picking up some pretty intense rainfall cloud to the east of the Philippines and into Taiwan. That's where the heaviest of the rain is likely to be, actually, over the next couple of days. North of that, it's a showery story across Japan. But in comparison to what they have seen, it's a better picture. The same too for the Korean Peninsula. It's dry and fine to Beijing, a few showers into central China, but largely fine and quiet. But Taiwan and the Philippines, we could see some heavier rain, and the brighter greens here denote that there could be some kind of storm maybe potentially developing. We'll need to keep a close eye on that over the next few days. So the city forecasts show plenty of showers still into Tokyo, Beijing with some blue sky and sunshine. Let's take a look at Australia now. It's largely under the influence of high pressure, but we've still got strong winds down into the southeast corner, affecting parts of Victoria and Tasmania. Not quite as cold as it has been, but gale force gusts still likely to be an issue, and it's still pretty unsettled across New Zealand. We are seeing those weather fronts and again strong damaging gusts of wind, snow to higher ground as well, and temperatures struggling just a touch. Now the rain will start to ease away and become a little more showery into Wellington over the next few days. The temperatures slowly starting to recover as well in Melbourne. Hello there. Monsoon rain still pretty active at the moment, and it looks likely the northeastern states of India seeing the heaviest of the rainfall. The satellite picture is still picking up something along that west coast, and the rain just drifts that little bit further south towards Kerala over the next few days. At the same time, we've still got heavy rain moving up through Orissa, affecting parts of Chhattisgarh, Bihar, and also up as far as Uttar Pradesh as well. So that's going to be the story really through the middle part of the week and perhaps as far as the weekend as well. Now, further north and west of that, it's a dry, settled story. There is a risk of a few more showers just cropping up into Kazakhstan. Only 21 degrees in Astana, Tashkent at 34, and it stays dry and settled throughout the week. A few isolated showers over to Afghanistan, not looking too bad into Pakistan. A little more cloud through Karachi. There's that heavier rain down through the Kerala coast, which will push that little bit further inland. And then we stretch up, as I say, up through Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, seeing some heavy rainfall through the course of Wednesday. So it looks as though it'll stay largely dry, an improving story into Mumbai over the next few days. Colombo keep those sharp showers going. But the rain will move out of Uttar Pradesh and head towards New Delhi as we push into the weekend. Hello there. We've got some extreme heat down to the far south of Africa at the moment, but the real story is being shown on the satellite picture, you can see the sharper showers through the equatorial region, really stretching from the Ethiopian highlands, moving their way steadily west. The heaviest of the rain really across parts of Senegal, down into Sierra Leone. There could be some localised flooding here. And it's these waves that push off across the warmer waters, which may well develop into a storm system across the Atlantic. So we'll keep an eye on those over the next few days. Further south, we've still got that heat in Cape Town, and the city forecast shows, though, as we move towards the weekend, it will start to ease just a touch. Elsewhere, good deal of dry weather in the story as well. Localised shamal across Egypt at the moment. Further south into Khartoum, we've got blue sky and sunshine, risk of a shower potentially from Sunday. But Casablanca, lots of sunshine and warmth here as well. So this is the story across the Middle East. It's all about the heat, really, across Iraq, down into Kuwait. Still those temperatures into the high 40s. A little bit more of a breeze across that southeastern corner, and here those temperatures perhaps high 20s, low 30s over the next couple of days. So that's going to be the story. Our city forecast shows little in the way of change. It may not surprise you to see there's blue sky and sunshine all the way, with that heat still continuing in Kuwait. Hello there. There's the chance of a storm developing across the East Pacific. I'll come on to that in just a moment. But first of all, let's start off in South America, where the remnants of this weather front will produce some rain into southern Brazil. But behind it, it's introducing a change of wind direction and something a little bit warmer than we've seen just recently. Certainly in Chile, but it'll take its time to arrive across to northern Argentina. So into Venezuela and Colombia, we will continue to see some showers, largely fine and quiet across much of northern Brazil. There's that front bringing some outbreaks of rain, nothing particularly substantial, but it will be a wet couple of days into Rio de Janeiro. Buenos Aires still at 11 degrees, but temperatures in Chile starting to improve into the mid-20s, perhaps from Tuesday onwards. So that rain in Rio will ease away, an improving picture as we head into the weekend. Now, across the west coast of Mexico, there's a potential maybe for a tropical cyclone to develop, around an 80% chance. So we're keeping a close eye on that. It's running parallel with the coast, so even if it doesn't make landfall, it'll certainly bring a lot of heavy rain to Mexico and to parts of Guatemala as well. Now, stretching a little bit further south and east of that, a few scattered showers, the same too for the Caribbean. Some of these a little more heavy, a little more frequent towards Cuba than we've seen just recently. So the city forecast shows that plenty of sharp showers here. Kingston, Jamaica stays dry and sunny. Hello there. It's all about the temperatures across North America at the moment. Some extreme heat potentially sparking up some thundery downpours. Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, as you can see quite clearly, also parts of Florida. The extreme heat is just to the west of that. And if we take a look at the temperature profiles, you can see the darker russet tones that extends into Death Valley as well. Some of that heat is pushing into the far south of British Columbia. So here, a bit of a contrast because it's much colder to the north. So we've got some early season snow, believe it or not, but we've also got some rain. So the temperatures that you have been enjoying, well, they will start to come to an end as that wet weather gradually pushes in. But for Tuesday, Vancouver will be largely fine and quiet. The same too across parts of Oregon as well, down into California. And we've got that extreme heat just that little bit further inland. So these are going to be our city temperatures over the next few days. Vancouver will see that rain and temperatures easing down to around 20 degrees once it's pushed through. Now, we'll see some showers to the east of the Great Lakes, but not looking too bad into New York and Washington. Heavier showers through Tennessee, down into Georgia, through the Carolinas and also into Florida. That's going to be the story, not only through Tuesday, but for the next couple of days in actual fact. And if we take a look at the city forecast, you can see that Atlanta, Georgia will have highs of 32 Celsius through the next couple of days.